The talk around town is King Arthur Legends Rise is making some noise. I've never played the numerous betas dating back a year ago, then I think it shut down, but it's back, baby.
Arthur, I have sacrificed everything to save your kind.
But when I loaded up the game, so let's quickly show the main screen, let's go into your heroes. The first thing I had to check, if we go over to, where was this one? If we go over to say this hero right here, Ain, the first thing I had to check was, is there any jiggle physics? And unfortunately, those things are not moving at all. However, the aesthetic is really nice, and lately I've only been playing anime or cartoonish 3D graphic games, so this is what I haven't seen in a while. I highly recommend, if you're able to do so, to use the Netmarble client and play this on the PC or a strong tablet or iPad, whatever you want to call it, because when I'm on the go and trying to play this on my phone, not only does it not look as good on medium graphic settings, if I did crank them to high, it would drain my phone battery and cook my phone so hot. A rule of thumb is if it has a PC client, use it if you can to make your game experience much more enjoyable. So King Arthur Legends Rise has a lot of different game modes that all require stamina. So if we click on the drop down menu and I go into restricted area, you have your equipment dungeon, you have your favorite dungeon. If I go over here to power up guide, you know, I have Burning Land, I have equipment like I mentioned, relics. If I go to advanced, awaken has more, Shrine of Storms, like there is a lot of stuff that requires stamina, so yes, it does have that lovely mechanic of stamina. It's going to be important to prioritize what you farm, as each fills a different purpose. They do have multipliers for farming, so let's just say we go into Burning Land right now. Don't worry about what levels I'm on based off how long I've been playing. I'm gonna go into this, I'm super casual. Some days I just log in for my clan so they can get that sign-in bonus, and then that's it. It just depends on how my schedule is. But let's just say we go into Burning Land 6 right here. So you can see these are the multipliers. What this is going to do, if you click on the information, this is going to allow you to consume stamina at a faster pace instead of having to do one battle at a time. So not only can you do the battle multiplier up to 3, you can also go into repeat battle and you can actually slide this over, which will cost more stamina, allow you to do more battles at once, which makes it go faster and takes up less of your time. So this is very easy to just bust all of your load into one shot, and no, not that kind of one shot. In this first impression, well, kind of, I mean, like if I go back to the main screen and I click on my attendance, which is right there, I mean, you can see I'm on day 25. Is this a first impression? Not really, but timestamps will be available because I'll be jumping from topic to topic. I'll be going over initial thoughts, the do's, the don'ts, the good, the bad, because there's plenty of those in every single game, and putting the icing on the cake with my most hated aspect of this game, which is hard for me to do because there is 2 to 3 things that could take this spot. But if you can guess it before I get there, leave a comment down below. And if you guess the same thing, then we should be besties because we hate the same thing. God, I need more coffee. Let me go get some and I'll be right back. So King Arthur Legends Rise gets the global release date of November 27th. I'm sure you've seen plenty of content creators make a video about this. It happened earlier in the week, or maybe you already saw this on your own in their official Discord. It's right around the corner. So I thought I'd make a video on my free-to-play experience so far with the game in the little bit over 3 weeks I've been playing. Keep in mind, I'm extremely casual. Like if you look at the top here, this is my combat power. This can most likely be doubled by now if you stay on top of everything every single day. Invest into the very few select heroes who will carry your content and buy stamina. And what I mean by that is if you open up the drop-down menu and you go into the shop, you go over here to packages, and for your daily packages, you can see right here, stamina for 50 gems, I think this is called in this game. Let me just double check. Crystals, sorry. So 50 crystals, you can buy 100 stamina. And then you're going to be able to buy this again for another 50 crystals, for another 100. And then I believe you can do 100 crystals for some more. Personally, the most I've ever done is the 2 first buys, so that would be 100 crystals. But that's only when there's events going that I need to farm, such as if we go into the events tab, there was more, but they just recently ended. Right now, they have the Hero Power Up Boost event, ends in 3 days at the time of this recording. You just have to, I've already beat these floors, I just have to do one battle to get it. But right here, 9 and 10, I'm just not able to do right now. I got to figure out the teams I can make that will be able to do this, hopefully. specifically for this rate up summon ticket. And then we have the relic power up boost event. Right now, I believe the only ones I'm missing is clear floor 7. Now, I do believe I can do this. I just need to do some tweaking on my lineup. And then also reach a relic of level 60, which I will be able to do if I can clear floor 7 for this mythic starseed. However, regarding stamina, thank God there's an adventure mode. You can see right here, no stamina required. When I saw these words, I immediately jumped in to do some exploring. So if you click on this, you can see chapter 1 I've done 100%. Chapter 2, 97, 92, 98, and then I've just started into chapter 5. But there's lots of chapters. You can see it goes up to chapter 10 right here. Like I said, only on chapter 5, only halfway through. If we look at, say, chapter 4, and I click on the adventure just to give you kind of like an idea, it kind of plays into the Dragonair aspect, like there's a little bit of open world. You can see I can walk around, I can interact with certain things, like there's a milestone, which is like your teleporter. You can find the other ones in the map, and then you're quickly able to travel instead of having to, say, walk this entire path. For each chapter, you're going to have your main story, which is just what you're going to be able to go through the quest. You have your soul fragments to get, which are things to click on, treasure chests to find for rewards, hidden tales, more so just things to click on. And then you can get milestone rewards. You got 2 summons, you got some crystals, and then some more resources. So overall, like the scenery, the details, they look very nice. I'm playing this on a PC client, of course. Now, there's probably a story here. Like if I followed this from, say, chapter 1, 2, 3, there's probably a story. I mean, there's definitely a story. I just skip, auto path to the next objective. Sometimes I'll stop and stare just how beautiful it looks. Like you can see the water right here. Honestly, I wish I could just put a little chair here and start fishing and just sit here with the music and drink my morning coffee. Now, there's not actually fishing. I'm just saying that because sometimes it does feel like hours I could just be auto pathing around here. But adventure mode is nice because if it wasn't here, after busting my load, I'd have little to nothing to do until my stamina recovers. Also, don't take my advice to just like skip all the time because there are rewards you wouldn't know are there, such as in this chapter that I'm showing you right now in this specific spot for chapter 4. When you speak to an NPC such as this guy right here, he would have started hinting at things. Basically, he's the voice of an angel. He's a musician. He'll say, touch the pillars to help tune my instrument. Okay, so what are the pillars? We have one pillar right here, then another one, and then 1 and 2. So these pillars, you're just basically going to be clicking them, and then in a specific order, it will unlock something. So for the order, I'll just put it on the screen right now. Once you do that, a hidden path will appear, which is this right here, which allows you to go across the water as we keep going here. And you're going to be able to get some certain objectives in the map. You can see on my mini map there was a treasure chest over here. But like I said, don't just skip. Maybe pay attention every now and then. So now that I've wasted a couple minutes of simply one game mode, let's try to breeze through the rest because I know the average watch time for my videos is only like 3 to 4 minutes, so the majority of viewers won't even see the rest of this video. Going back to the main screen, even though it does look minimalistic, there's a lot of game modes hidden, which I kind of showed earlier. They're hidden away that you may miss. And then of course you have your, right here, your missions for your daily, your weekly, and your monthly. So it's a minimalistic template, but like I said, just understand there's a lot of aspects to farm in this game that are not blown up right in your face to see. So far the game is generous for the free-to-play as it gives you 2 legendary heroes as you're progressing, which is going to be Morgan and Tristan. If I go into my heroes, right here is Morgan. This is going to be Morgan. If we go into here, let me see. Still no jiggle physics, unfortunately. But then if we go back, they also give you, oh dear God, how do I get back there? And then they also give you Tristan. And I got some thoughts about this guy. But let's just talk about Morgan quickly. Morgan is great for crowd control. One of the things about this game is relics will change how their skills work. Like each character has 3 relics. Like this is the fire, this is the frost, and this is the wind. For example, if I click on the wind one, it's going to say like recovery, disruption, sleep. But then if I click on the frost and I go to the same one, it gets changed into something else. But what I like about Morgan, for the fire relic at least, her skill 1 right here is the ability to put an enemy to sleep, which is for crowd control. She has damage increase, which is right here. You can see with her skill 3, chance to inflict damage taken, which of course lets everyone on your team do more damage. Has solid damage herself, definitely been a factor for my progression in this game. However, if we go back to Tristan, I didn't need to fully go back there. This guy. This son of a gun right here, to be honest, I don't like him. I feel he's very underwhelming as a legendary. I believe he recently did get a buff, so he might be better, but I just don't like his face. He strikes me as that I'm always kind of right person. Now I am basing this off this little smirk right here. That little smirk right there, I don't know, but he serves a purpose for taking down barriers. If we go into relics, he has a really nice skill 3 right here where he has a multi-hit, and that's just going to help take down those barriers a lot faster, like in Plains of Beast game mode. If we look at my attendance, one sec, actually, could I just click this? There we go. It's a bigger view. If we look at my attendance on day 7, you're actually going to get a legendary hero summon ticket. Now, I still have mine from day 7, haven't used. I'll be using it on my summons video, which will be coming out next. Hopefully I get some luck there. Pray for me, but just pray you don't get Tristan or Lot, because I got both of them on this account, and that's just my hatred towards them speaking, but just pray you don't get them. You're going to be getting plenty of resources as you start off and progress through the main story. So if you go right here, this is your main story. Now there is normal mode, there's hard mode, and then there's hell. Each stage is based off a 3-star system, which is this right here, which adds to your total stars at the bottom right here to get milestone rewards. Each chapter is going to have these, and each stage will have specific requirements. So if we just look at, say, where am I? Chapter 10, normal, stage 1. If we click on this, the requirements to get a 3-star here is you have to defeat all the enemies, you have to use 2 or more frost heroes, and have all your heroes survive and win within 20 turns. Now, just remember, you don't need to get all 3-star requirements in one battle. Say for this one, I defeat all the enemies, I use 2 or more frost heroes, have all your heroes survive, but I don't win within 20 turns. I can simply come back to this stage, then put all my most invested heroes into the team and just win within 20 turns, and then it's going to give me that last star. Now, for example, I'm just going to click on this one and we'll just do a start battle. I think I can actually do a repeat battle so that I can keep it on auto and not have to worry about it. Now, there are times this damn camera movement gets me feeling a little wobbly, like it's just aggressively back and forth, like bam there, bam this, almost like I'm on a damn boat. I think switching the camera angle fixes this, or maybe there's a game setting, but either way, I really just don't like this back and forth jittery motion. Like if I click on camera 2, I believe that stops it. As you can see, they're not doing it much anymore, but if I click back to camera 1, I don't know, maybe there's a game setting, but I am really enjoying this turn-based system with all the freedom you could ask for in terms of what skill your hero uses to planning ahead to your next set of skills based off the game's vigor system. So if we just quickly go back into this one, just so I could show you what I'm talking about, I'll just play it on manual right here. Okay, so let me take this off auto. Now, what I'm talking about is the vigor system. I have 3 right now, meaning I can use either skill 1, 2, or 3. 3 is going to cost 3 vigor, skill 2, 2 vigor, and then 1 is 1 vigor. Now over here on the left, you can see the turn order. So after Tristan, it's going to be the enemy Morgan, and then it's going to be my aim, 2 enemies, and then Sarah. That's what I can see so far. So I can plan accordingly on what skills I want to use to make sure I have the right amount of vigor ready. So for this one, I'm just going to use his skill 1. I'll do that. He's going to do some damage. And then it's going to go into the enemy, like I said. Now I have 5 vigor. I am going to use this one, which is going to give buffs to all my heroes. The graphics, like I said, are top tier. I'm just going to quickly, you have this one. I'm not going to say too much, but you can see for yourself, or when you play this game, they're very well done, very detailed. I don't like this guy. But yeah, anyways, they're detailed. And I'm glad that they look great and the animations are all nicely done. Thank goodness, because I wouldn't want to ruin my image of the King Arthur era from the movie First Knight. Yes! If you've seen it, goddamn Richard Gere has a nice... What I can't seem to avoid lately is these darn castle builders. Now, it's not really much of a hassle in this game. It's very hands-off. Like, say you can see here, I'm castle 9, forge level 4, market 4, steel mill. It is very hands-off. Like, I'm just going to click on upgrade, and then I just click one button and wait for it to be done. Now, there are prerequisites needed. Obviously, you need your required materials. And then, for example, if I go to my castle and I click on upgrade, there is certain things I have to do, like I have to clear the Adventure 5 quest, Twist of Fate, in order for me to be eligible to upgrade my castle to level 10. So this is following more of the idle aspect compared to, say, Clash of Clans, where you're monitoring your buildings, sending troops there, helping the army here, blah, blah. Nah, I mean, like, I hated that game. This is completely different. Short story, it's another add-on to the game that helps you gain rewards from achievements or from benefiting from the upgraded buildings. So if we go into my marketplace right here, and then we click on this magnifying glass, you can see because mine is level 4, I have 53 types of items. If I click on level 5, it changes to 55 types, and now I can get mythic materials such as the mythic mana orb and the mythic star seed. So this feature isn't extending your necessary playtime, it's just helping your progression. In terms of what I found to be the most beneficial to building your teams up when using your stamina, if I click on the power guide and I click on advanced, playing a beast game mode is going to be necessary for hero upgrade resources, specifically these mythic mana orbs. That allow you to take your hero from level 50 to 60, which is the max currently in the game. It's going to cost more or less depending on the rarity. Like if we go into my heroes, you can see for, let's say, Luke, which is an uncommon hero, to go into level 60, I need 14 mythic mana orbs. And then if I go into one of my rares, which I don't have at the moment, Anguish is already 6 stars, but if we click on advanced, this would have been 25 mythic mana orbs. And then for legendary, it's going to be double. Like if we click on my Tristan and I go to advanced, you can see right there, it's going to be 50 mythic mana orbs. The other would be for relics. So that is going to be in your, so that's going to be up here, relics, your frozen plane. Getting the necessary materials to further your hero's relic, which like playing a beast allows you to level up to max, thus increasing the stats. So if we click on my K and we go over to relics, you can see right now my relic is level 50, relic strengthening. In order to advance this to 6 stars, which will obviously allow me to level it further, I need more of these mythic star seeds. And the last and probably the most important, because it gives 2 resources that you're just not going to be able to live without in this game. It's going to be Burning Land, which gives you your EXP and also your gold. So you can see right here, you get your gold and your EXP. You are going to blow through gold so fast due to all of the skyrocketing costs of having it used everywhere. And I mean everything costs gold. It costs gold to unequip your gear. Like if I click on my heroes and say I get some better gear because my gear right now is terrible and I want to unequip this, it's going to cost me gold to unequip it. Is it a lot? No, but I mean, it adds up over time when you're constantly switching out gear, switching in new gear. It's going to cost gold, obviously, to enhance the gear. You can see right here, it's going to cost gold to craft the gear. Like if I go over here to forge, and then I go into equipment crafting, you can see right here, it's going to cost gold. It's going to cost gold to synthesize materials. These are all things you're going to learn when you start playing the game. If I go over here to the mage's tower, it's going to cost me gold to synthesize these materials, which obviously you want those mythic mana orbs like I was talking about. You can make your uncommon turn into rare, your rare into legendary, and eventually build up towards your mythic, because maybe you're not at that level right now where you can actually farm to get these as a drop. So blah, 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 blah. Gold is used everywhere. So that's just how it's going to be. Maybe they will tweak it on global. There's just like so much more game modes that I haven't even spoken about. Honestly, it can get a little overwhelming. Like just the ones I mentioned, if I go into the restricted area, you have Forbidden Dungeon, which is an absolute headache trying to figure out the right teams to beat the stage, because some of these enemy floors are just so darn strong it requires specific heroes, because those heroes are countering the enemies that you're facing. You have Master of Death, which is in your sealed temple. For hero skill level ups, then you have relic skill level ups. These battles take a long time. Right now, this one's quick, 1 minute and 23 seconds. I honestly haven't even dabbled in this, which I should have, because these talismans are necessary for upgrading. Like, it's a very time-consuming game. Just understand that. Some people like that, some people don't. I play multiple games at once. I have 4 to 5 on the go at one time. And so when I get a game like this where I really want to play it on the PC, I really only have access when I get done from work. I come home. I have a couple hours, maybe, sometimes less, just to get things done. I don't always have the time that this game requires of me. But overall, this game is very solid. But the one thing I hate the most is Arena. Going into the Coliseum, clicking on Arena right here, my heart drops. I just beam with anger. I hate this game mode. Holy smokes, this is the biggest time consumer, frustrating, messy pile of fast tracking your aging process, because it's just so boring to climb and climb up the arena rankings, especially when the arena season resets. Like, the amount of points I need to get out of this darn bronze 3 tier to get into bronze 2, bronze 1, and then if we keep going, like if I go into rewards season rankings, then to get into silver 5, silver 4, silver 3, so it's so time consuming. If you manual any of the PvE content, it will take a while, but that's part of the game. You get stuck, you need to manual to make sure your heroes are using their skills at the right time, but for arena, oh my god, if you are not versing a weaker opponent, like say right here, this is obviously a weaker opponent, so I'll click on duel. I should be able to just one-shot with my K's AoE, but if you're not able to one-shot the enemy, sometimes these arena matches take 5+ minutes. It's insane. And you start eventually getting very little points per win, so it's not really like you can just farm this all day effectively. You'll probably only be getting a few points per win after a certain amount of matches won. I don't see them adding in like a skip battle feature here, so I'm just never going to be happy with this game mode. And if you didn't guess arena as my most hated, you probably went for the golden XP, because the only reason why it's not my most hated is because everything is going to be expensive when you're first starting out. But as you progress and can start farming higher boss stages, you're going to be getting better rewards. You start getting heroes close to or maxed and thinning out your roster. It will eventually down the line someday get better. At least I think it will. For arena, I don't think it's ever going to get better. Finally, in terms of summons, I think this game does a good job for the free-to-play player base. Obviously, there's going to be packs, and I say obviously because this game has so many packs thrown at you when you start out. If we go into the shop right now, if I go into pop-up offers, like it keeps going and going. When I first started off, I think I had like 14 or 15 on my screen at one time. But yeah, like they're gonna range in terms of price. Like obviously these ones are different. This one I believe is 100 US, which turns out to be 140 Canadian, my currency. But yeah, like you're gonna have to determine what packs are good for you. But this game throws a lot at you in terms of what you can buy. But as a free-to-play, you can go into your dailies, which is your missions. You're going to be able to get one every single day as long as you obviously do 9 for 9 daily missions. You have your weeklies, which gives you 2 right here after 9 out of 9. You can right here get 1 for completing 50 daily missions within the week. Your monthly, you're going to get 3 more. I believe you get some more. You get 1 here. If we go over to the Royal Road, you're going to be able to get some when you complete different achievements in the game throughout these. If we go into your achievements general right here, you're going to be able to get some, like I got some legendary relic summons right there. I got another special summon ticket, and you're also going to get a lot just from progressing through the chapters and adventure mode in the game. So I don't remember the last time I did summons. I think when I first started out, I did a few. So right now I am sitting on 100 special summons, which will be in the next video. And I also want to go all in on Bedivere, because I believe right now he's the most broken legendary hero in the game right now. His DPS is just insane. So I'm probably going to want to go all in on that. Now I know I skipped Merlin's rate up banner, which was the first one, and I started using my gems on the special summons, which I believe was not the smartest thing to do, because as you can see, you can get summon tickets rather frequently. The only hard thing as a free-to-play to me looks to be these relic summons like Flame, Frost, Storm. Trying to get the tickets for these, or trying to get these in general, you don't get nearly as much as you do the special summon tickets, which is kind of a shame, because getting the specific relic for your hero, like as I mentioned, there's 1 of 3. You got your Frost, your Fire, and your Wind. Getting that specific one can turn your hero from being really good to just bonkers, broken. It can really change your hero. This game is polished, graphics are great, and looks to be free-to-play friendly, so I can definitely recommend this, because I can only assume it will be improved on when global launch happens and more feedback is given. Let me know down in the comments if you are playing this game. What do you think of it? Who's your favorite hero? Right now for me, based off my current roster, it's going to be just joking, it's not Tristan, and it's definitely not Lot. But right now it's going to be Sigrun. I absolutely love this hero. Crazy survivability, crazy damage, and she's looking kind of cute. I am playing this game super casual, like I mentioned, 63,000 account power. I know there's probably many free-to-play who are probably close to or over 100k by now with multiple level 60 heroes. I do plan on starting over on global launch to correct my mistakes, but I'm not 100% yet on that. As always, thanks for watching if you did make it to the end, and stay tuned for the next one, which will be the summons video.